Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Cap Paranormal Files. My name is Wes, and on this series, we break down paranormal videos from across the internet to decide if they are fact or cat, real or fake. Why give a shit about my opinion? I've been doing paranormal research and investigation for 20 plus years, 15 plus years. I'm pretty brutal. I'm pretty harsh with my judgment on these videos. I definitely just don't want to throw everything into the realm of it's definite paranormal, because most of it's bullshit, especially in today's day and age where you fake stuff for views, and a lot of them end up being fake. Anyways, we're going to jump right into it. As always, we have a Nuke's Top 5. This is Top 5 Scary Ghost Videos for Horrible Nightmares. Let's hope not. I'm trying to sleep good tonight. But join along with me in the comment section. Let me know what you think. If you agree or disagree with what I have to say, or if you have a whole different opinion, please share it. It's an open community. It's a welcoming community. We just want to have conversations. So, let's see what we got today.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera.
Spooky.
Lady in the water. Debbie Morales and her friends are tubing down the canals of the Isabella River in Puerto Rico when she begins to record with her phone. Debbie can be heard screaming and laughing until her camera catches something in the water that quickly makes her lose her voice. Debbie posted the video to Facebook, saying that she saw a scary apparition in the water. She asked friends to take a look and see if they saw the same thing in the video. And they did. Online viewers speculated that the image could be anything from the ghost of a drowning victim to a body in the water. And some even went so far as to suggest that it might be a mermaid. Now, the most bizarre part of this video is that whatever this is almost seems to lunge toward Debbie before disappearing back into the water. But what do you think? Is this just a strange trick of the light or a reflection? Or did Debbie catch something supernatural on camera? You decide.
I think that it's definitely not a paranormal encounter. I don't know, it just seems so... There's so many things that can play in, or come into play when it comes to water, right? I think you hit it on the head. Reflection is my first go-to, right? Is it just seems like... It could be a reflection of her, it could be a reflection of something else, it could be glare, it could be the sun bouncing off of something reflective, it could be a million things. I would also be more inclined to believe that it's a body that got dumped, or someone drowned and the current is super active and it like moved the body, or maybe their tube or something hit it. Like, I definitely think more along those lines than a paranormal. I mean, it's very faint too, so I just don't think that... I mean, there it is right there. It seems like such a stretch to think that that's a paranormal thing, right? Like, I assume most of us are in agreement on that one.
On TikTok. TikTok user Alexander Henderson says that throughout his life he's always been prone to sleepwalk during the night. One morning he wakes up to find his front door wide open. When he checks his security camera, he's shocked by what he finds.
The reef isn't in the right place anymore, so I'm just going to look like that. That way people don't see the ones outside. Just 1 second, there's someone.
Did he say it was 3:09 p.m.? 3:09 a.m. Why is it bright outside? Okay, well, I'm going to stop it right there and immediately say that this is bullshit because everyone uses 3 a.m. because it's the witching hour, and poltergeist stuff like this super easy to fake.
I'm Dusty Victor. The reef isn't in the right place anymore, so let's move on quick then.
He's got his phone in his pocket.
The ones outside.
Yeah, why is it so bright out if it's 3:09 a.m.?
Alexander seems to be sleepwalking and speaking gibberish when something hanging next to the door starts swinging around on its own, and an empty water jug slides right across the floor. Alexander opens the door, walks outside, and suddenly screams. He says he has no recollection of what happened to him and has no idea why he screamed. Now, Alexander says he's experienced supernatural activity before, so he begins to suspect that he might have seen something paranormal while sleepwalking. Then, only a day later, this happens. A chair moves on its own, the fridge door opens, and what appears to be a pack of plastic spoons is launched off the kitchen counter. Over the next few months, nothing much happens. But then late one night, Alexander is hanging out at his friend Adam's house when he sees something truly chilling.
I don't know, man.
A strange-looking woman wearing a red dress appears to be watching Alexander from the building across the street. Alexander claims that when his friend Adam finally came over to see what was going on, the creepy woman had disappeared. While there, Adam asks Alexander to take a look at a speaker that's been acting up and might be broken. Alexander is still recording and captures something terrifying.
Button on the top and press it. There's a few here, see? Press the one in the middle. Slowly.
Did you see it? In the reflection of the window, the same woman in red can suddenly be seen standing behind Alexander in the doorway. When he pans around, the woman has moved in an instant and is now standing right next to him. Who or what could this eerie-looking figure be? Could it be a spirit that attached itself to the sleepwalking TikTok user? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. This next
I don't know, man. That whole entire thing just seems like content. It just seems like content. Like the way the guy was pointing, the way he was acting, and the setup, it just all seems like content. It doesn't seem authentic, you know, and don't get me wrong, like, I don't know anything about the guy's channel, so like just getting the glimpse into what we're being shown here, it just seems fake. I mean, I've talked about how easy it is to fake poltergeist videos. That's not difficult to do, and it's not any more difficult to fake putting an apparition behind you that isn't moving. That's editing. That's someone who has a little bit of editing skills. It just, I don't know, man. The world we live in right now with everyone creating content, it just, for shit to be that real, I don't know, man. I don't buy it.
next creepy video went viral on TikTok, but it was originally recorded by Indonesian Twitter user Gustadang. Gus explains on Twitter that he was flying from Surabaya, Indonesia to Bali and that he was the very first passenger to board the empty plane. As Goose is boarding, he records a video to send back to his wife. When he looks back at his footage, he spots something truly chilling.
Selamat malam. 15B.
Someone or something that seems to be cloaked in black can be seen moving around in one of the seats. But when Goose walks by the seat, there's no one there. Goose Dang's video has been watched over 14 million times, and many viewers believe that the strange figure in the video could be the spirit of a deceased passenger. But what do you think? TikTok user Jim works at what he believes.
Okay, so did he not, like, this is the clarification that I need on videos like that. Did he not see that live? Did he not see that until he looked at the recording? Because my ass would have saw her move for sure. He's like pointing his camera and looking, which is kind of weird to film. So that's why I'm kind of thinking it's fake. But you would have seen her and then noticed that she wasn't there when you walked past. And then he didn't respond. You know, like, that I would immediately got off the plane and be like, fuck that. Absolutely not. Not getting on. Not interested. Like, you kidding me? So, I know that a lot of paranormal stuff happens in post, right? Like, a lot of recordings aren't heard live. They're found later when you're editing and different things like that. But man, like, stretch.
Used to be a haunted hospital in New Jersey. Early one afternoon, a security camera in one of the hospital's hallways captures something very creepy during Jim's shift.
One moment.
A supply cart can be seen rolling down the hallway on its own, freaking out the hospital staff nearby. Jim and his co-workers have no idea what could have moved the cart. Things are about to get even stranger. Another CCTV camera in the hospital's laundry room records something absolutely unnerving.
Record it from here.
Oh, Andrew. No way. No way. Jim.
Send me the video when you.
Oh, I'm gonna.
The best is when the other one comes over. It's like it didn't want to see the front of it, you know. First,
Yeah.
it's funded so that he didn't have to look at it no more. Whoever's in that room. Oh my God.
Jim.
Madeline, you didn't see. Come and look at the second one. Here comes the second one. No, the second one's moving now.
No way.
Watch the second one. Then the second one falls off. And the lady comes in from Do Diagnostics. She don't know what to say. She was like,
She was on FaceTime with somebody.
"Look, watch the second one. Any second now.
It happens.
Look, here goes.
It
Look,
happens.
Look.
This does not happen.
look. The ghost. Look.
Look at it.
Who's spinning it?
It's spinning.
It's spinning the cycle. It's got to be spinning.
There's no way
Isn't
that
that
they spin.
bolted
There's no. I don't care if it's bolted or not. They don't spin like that. Mine ain't bolted in my house. Mine don't come and walk around my living room. Look.
That's true.
Look how that one just came out. How'd it come out like that? That was pushed out. I don't care what nobody says. You can tell me whatever you want.
Me too. I can't wait to show everybody.
Look, here, wait.
Where's Steve?
Show them the thing. Look, here. Look at this. Look at it coming.
No way.
There's a ghost here.
No way.
I'm showing them the ghost in the back.
That person opened
See what
the
happened last.
that person opened the door, was like, fuck that.
I forgot about it. The laundry
We'll
room.
die.
They'll die. The laundry, all the laundry things in there, they just start moving. They just start coming out and moving and going in circles and what you call it.
No.
Come and look. Yeah. But it's crazy. I
No,
never
this
saw anything like
makes
it in
no
my whole
sense.
life.
Heavy washers and dryers slide across the floor as if they weigh nothing, seemingly moved by some unseen force. Jim and his fellow hospital workers can't believe their eyes as they watch the CCTV monitor. Now, even I'm not sure just what's going on here. Could it be that the hospital is indeed haunted, like Jim says? Or just what could be spinning around multiple heavy washers all at the same time? Let me know what you think.
I mean, I have a lot of opinions on this specifically. So, if you talk to anyone who works in hospitals or, care facilities, they are the ones who need to be interviewed for paranormal. Most of them say they have numerous stories of the occult and I shouldn't say occult, the paranormal world happening. And it makes sense, right? Like my input that I've kind of explained over the years on here of like what I feel paranormal could be is imprints of the energy that we produce. I'm not talking energy as like the hippie mumbo jumbo energy. I'm talking like we know scientifically that we produce energy, and I think that in super traumatic or horrible situations or intense situations, I think that our body overproduces that energy and it could imprint in our reality, and we just don't know how to measure it. And that's kind of where we get this paranormal from. And there's no places more that I could think of that happening than hospitals or care facilities, because people pass away a lot. People are actively dying, that goes into a lot of stuff too, right? Like we know that we can measure chemicals in the brain that get produced when we die. Does that production potentially leave an imprint? Does that cause things to happen? We don't know. We're not at that point where we can measure that or really understand it. We just know it's happening. And all of that happens all the time in care facilities and hospitals. And I think that if we're going to call something haunted, I think haunted is an overused word in the paranormal world. I don't think anything's actually haunted or cursed. Maybe cursed. I don't know. It depends on what you believe in. But haunted is just such a weird word because it can mean so many things. But the first part of the video with the cart rolling, like, who knows, right? It could be off balance. The weight could be weird. Someone could have pushed it and have been out of camera. Who knows? And with these washers and dryers, 100% just depends on if they're on. He says that they're on, and maybe they're freaked out because they think their place is haunted and they're just justifying this. In reality, maybe they're overloaded and they're going at full blast and they're not supposed to, and they're fucking shaking and moving everywhere. Like, this one looks like it's empty and this one's not doing anything. So maybe someone just stuffed them too full and they're not supposed to, and it's overworking. Like, I've had washers and dryers that shake and move, for sure. That's not super uncommon. So I don't know. I don't know why he was saying, like, I've never seen that before. I've definitely had, like, a washing machine that shook the shit. Like, it would shake, and I had to, like, put it in, like, in an area and bolt it down so it doesn't shake and hit the walls. So, like, that's not super uncommon.
Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us at nukestop5@gmail.com. The Haunting in Carmel, Maine. Kent Burris has been recording all of the strange supernatural activity going on in his haunted home for many years now and posting his experiences to his YouTube channel, Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. In his latest YouTube docuseries about the house, Kent reveals some chilling, never-before-seen footage. Now lately, Kent believes that the paranormal presence in his home has become much more sinister and aggressive. The haunting has become so extreme that it now seems that the spirits are actually out to hurt Kent. During a spirit box session, Kent captures a chilling message.
What? What'd you say? What? What'd you say? Did you say murder, Kent? That's the second time I've heard that. I would have swore a few minutes ago I heard them say kill Kent. And just a second ago I would have swore I heard them say murder Kent.
Now, threats are one thing, but what happens next is downright terrifying.
What the hell is that noise? What the hell? There is no doubt that if I stepped down in that water, I would have been electrocuted. The heater motor was in the water, and for some reason the breaker never tripped. And on top of the fact that that water was splashing all over the breaker panel, I have no doubt if I would have stepped down in that water, I would have been dead. And the only thing that saved me was remembering the voices just prior that said kill Kent, murder Kent. That's what stopped me from stepping down in that water. That's just weird.
Kent's basement suddenly floods and high voltage lines are making contact with the water. Kent is convinced that he could have lost his life if he hadn't been so wary of the ominous threats that he had received earlier. When Kent is walking through the main floor of his home, he experiences something that chills him to his core.
Oh, oh my God, what the hell? This frickin', I don't care if it's snowing, I'm in my house.
A shadow figure is standing at the top of the staircase, seemingly waiting for Kent in the darkness. Shocked by the sudden appearance, Kent has had enough for a while and just steps outside and into the cold Maine snow. Kent's encounters have been widely viewed by his YouTube audience and even privately investigated by paranormal groups. All believe that the house in Carmel, Maine is severely haunted by something sinister.
Getting the chance to come in and investigate the Lamb House, it is truly an experience that I will never, ever forget. The amount of activity and interaction is just mind-blowing.
But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments.
So Kent at Carmel, Maine has had many a video go viral in the paranormal world. And you know there might be something going on at his place. Because here's the thing, like the first video that I ever saw was super sus. It was like there was a weird black apparition in one of his blinds in the attic. Like normal blinds, right? And there was like something in it, and then it like jumped down into the ground and then like scattered off. And it was really creepy, and a bunch of people were like, it's fake, it's real, the typical conversations. And then there was another one of like people investigating his house, because he lets paranormal investigators go because he just doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And there was like in that basement that they just showed, there was like this weird black just entity thing. Like it looked like, I don't even know what you would call it. It was like maybe this big, but just pure black that like flew across one of their cameras. And there's been like 6 or 7 paranormal teams that have gone there that I've seen, and there's something going on there for sure. Now, when we start talking about the talk box and the, you know, play radio signals and have potential ghosts or whatever speak through it, I don't. I'm not for sure I believe in that tech at all, but because to me it's just another one that's like justifying your situation without it really, like, without proving that that's like a ghost is talking, you know, like you could play it for hours and hours and then like one word comes through that is kind of relevant to the situation but super vague. Now his did kind of sound like it said kill Kent, murder Kent, which who knows. But like I've seen it on some shows and it will be like Terry. Oh, is your name Terry? Your name must be Terry. Like it's just so random and they just justify it anytime they hear a word, and I just don't buy it. But maybe there's science. Maybe there's science, pseudoscience that they're trying to prove with it. I don't know. I've only used fake ones before. I've never had an actual talk box that is like authentic. Anyways, back to Kent and his Carmel, Maine house. I think there is something going on there. When I first saw the video, I didn't believe it, but after so many years of him producing content, and the fact of the matter is like I think he has a good amount of subs and he gets some good views on his shit, but I don't think he's faking it anymore. I don't think he's faking, you know, because if he was, I feel like he'd invest in some better equipment. I know that sounds dumb, but if he's making content to like make content, he wouldn't be recording with that shitty of equipment, I don't think. You know, and everything is super random, and if, you know, he could just be a very creative individual and it could all be fake, but to flood your own basement and then do that, like, I mean, I guess his basement, like, something could have got fucked up and then he just started recording and turned it paranormal for sure. Something about it, I'm inclined to believe him. He has some, like, when he's speaking, it just seems like he has a little bit more panic and fear in his eyes versus like, you know, like typical people investing who do paranormal videos that are fake. Like he genuinely just kind of is like, I don't know what the fuck to do. And you know, a lot of people are like, well, why doesn't he just move? Listen, man, why don't you just move? Ask yourself the same question. It's not as easy as just moving all the time, right? Especially if that's his home. Like you can't, sometimes you can't just up and move. So, but I'm not gonna say that one's fake. I like his videos. It's very interesting.
Closet space. In this next extremely spooky video from Japan, real estate agents can be seen giving a tour of an empty apartment to a potential renter. The woman is interested in renting and says that she is surprised by the low monthly price. As she tours the apartment, she records a video with her phone to review later. But when she's all alone in one of the apartment's bedrooms, things take a terrifying turn.
安いね、確かに安いですよ。そうなんですよ。もう一部屋ありますんで、ありますね。指先の右側のところに、はい。ちょっと見てみましょうか。そうです、その左側ですね。あれこれエアコンってられますかね。お客様のでつけていただく形になっちゃうんですけど、それでもしたら、はい。あ、こっちでね。はい。そうなんですよ。ちょっと一箇所あっちついちゃってるんで。
The woman is frozen in fear when two pale hands grab her by the legs. Then as she looks up, a terrifying face can be seen peeking out from the top of the bedroom closet. Now, as with most Japanese videos, the source of this clip is impossible to find, and I have no idea what happened afterwards. So is it real? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
I mean, we're gonna pause it right there because that's a great still shot. I might actually, oops. I think I'm gonna snip that. That's kind of funny. This seems like a student film or something. Like a student short, a horror short of sorts. It's very creepy, but there's just too much, there's too much fake for it to be real. Like the dramatic pause of her reaching for the door was so slow, and then she opened it so slow. Like, it just, there's too much drama built in. I think that one's a clear fake. But very good, very good. And that's one thing that people need to remember is, like, just because it's fake doesn't mean that it's bad. Like, creating content's fine. I'm totally on board with that. And like he says, he can't find the source of this video. So, like, we're seeing it now, wondering if it's real or not. I think it's clearly fake. But the source could totally be just a short film or a horror scare or like a spoof thing.
Who wishes to remain anonymous.
Content creation's been going on for a long time. He explains in his email that he's in the United States military
and is stationed at a U.S. military post in Germany. He says that two of his friends were out on a regular patrol, checking out a creepy old German chapel. Now, this chapel was controlled by German military forces during the Second World War, and it is said to be extremely haunted. As the two men check out the dark chapel, they are shocked when they start to hear unexplained voices coming through their two-way radios.
That's our radios going off in the church. I don't know if somebody's hot micing or not. There's doors right there. They open. It went off. It turned off. Back over there, test it. Let's get the fuck out of here, dude. Yeah. Still recording? Yeah. If you couldn't tell, we were just standing at the top of the pews, basically, and our radios just started going off, and there was voices and like a lady whispering in it. I swear to God. And nobody said hot mic. Usually, because the desk radio can say hot mic over the, and it'll cut over it. Yeah. And it wasn't us because we would have heard each other talking. That was so sketchy. You just send that stuff to Stan, dude.
What seems to be the voice of a child can be heard, followed by the inaudible voices of adults. Now, the radio channel that they are using is restricted to military communication, so the two men have no idea where the voices could be coming from or what they are saying. They wonder if it could possibly be the ghosts of tragic souls that passed away during the Second World War. But what do you think these voices are? And just what could they be saying? Let me know.
I love that video. I love it because like it's just so funny, like funny to me, right? Like it's two military guys who, you know, we would probably consider to be pretty strong and brave if you're in the military, and they're just getting that same chill, that same exact feeling that anyone gets when like just some off-canny weird shit starts happening. And I think that's what it is, you know. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's far-fetched to the idea that someone's tapping into their radio frequency and they don't even mean to. Like, it could just be a family fucking around with some walkie-talkies or, you know, whatever it might be. But, and I know it's a restricted frequency, but that technology still is, I would consider it to be a little dated, at least in my knowledge. So still could potentially be something on those lines, or it is some paranormal shit. I don't know. I'm still just torn on frequencies being able to be a catalyst for entities to talk. But I'm not a scientist. Maybe it's possible.
What you think? A Nuke's Top 5 viewer who wishes to remain anonymous reached out to me about a very spooky situation he found himself in late one night at an abandoned church in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. The viewer explains in his email that he works security and is dispatched to investigate buildings where motion-activated alarms have been triggered. Late one night, he gets a call that a motion alarm has been triggered on the second floor of a creepy old abandoned church. When he arrives, he sees something suspicious and begins to record. What he captures is truly disturbing.
Oh, what the
Fuck that! Oh no! Oh, they got the dog too.
Someone or something small and dark can be seen moving away from the second floor window. Now, prior to this encounter, the security guard says that he had checked all doors into the building and they all were locked tight. He immediately calls the police to the scene to investigate, but they find no one inside and no way that anyone could have gained entry. The mysterious sighting caught on camera remains a mystery. But of course, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching.
That's a phenomenal video. Holy shit.
Small and dark can be seen moving away from the second floor window. Now
I respect man's made the best play. He's like, nope, call for backup. Nope, I'm not going in there. Smart move though. Like if you like, don't go in there alone. You never know, right? I mean, even if it's not something paranormal, like, you don't want to go fucking barging in there thinking you're King Kong dick shit and get stabbed to death or something. It's just not worth it. But, man, that's a good video. I'm inclined to believe it because he called for police backup. He saw something and he's like, absolutely not. Someone's in there. And then the fact that they didn't find anyone, I mean, that could mean that they got out or they hid really, really good or something. Who knows? But it's just definitely creepy. We're gonna play it again without mute or on mute while I talk. I mean, it's just I don't know. I've been in some precarious situations where I had to get out of areas quicker than I should have been. So getting away isn't impossible, and maybe there is a bunch of kids in there who are getting, you know, let's break into the creepy church and saw security pull up and got the fuck out of there before the police showed up. Like, that's not far-fetched to think. You know, it could be maybe someone, a local family member, and they stole the keys, locked up after they left. There's tons of possibilities. Or there was a creepy ghost of sorts that was caught red-handed and disappeared. I don't know. That's my favorite video of this episode. I definitely think Kent has got some shit going on at his house. You guys can go look up his channel, Ghost of Carmel, Maine. It's pretty fantastic. The hospital one, I didn't really believe. I definitely didn't believe the sleepwalking shit. Thought that was kind of dumb. And then this Japanese one of the creepy ghost dude, I think, is a clear fake. But I really like these last ones. The military guys with the radio frequency and this creepy ghost at the church. All seems possible, but let me know what you guys think. Like always, I love having those discussions in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.